All right, by request, I'm going to be doing a Castmagic and a Magic Bookifier comparison. So before we do that, remember that we are doing a giveaway right now, and on Monday, all these videos you're seeing right now this week, they are going to count for something, because we are going to be doing the drawing on Monday, and I will pull, I'll actually do 2 drawings. I'll have to pull 5 videos at a time, and then another 5 videos, and then we'll get those 2 finalists, and then we'll put those through the random selector, and then we will find, or we will select a winner. So we're doing a giveaway of software. So every Monday I'll be giving a software away. This first one, I'll just call it, we'll give away Copify version 2. So this week, if you want to be in the running to win your free copy of Copify version 2, which is on AppSumo, $60 value, then all you have to do is make sure you like the video, subscribe to LearnWire, and make sure that you leave a thoughtful comment. All right, so let's move on. So Castmagic, this one is really taking off. Hasn't been on the platform very long. It's got 48 reviews, and it looks like 4.95 stars. This is I just did this review, I think, yesterday, and this really was impressive. Really cool stuff that it's doing for us. And I did get to test it further. I put in more episodes. I think that this is actually, this 10 episodes thing, it let me do more than that. So I actually picked up plan 1 right here, and I was able to do 3 or 4 episodes in my account. I think 3. So I didn't get like a hard stop after I added the 3rd one. It didn't tell me, no, you can only do 2 episodes in the 30-day period. This is probably just estimating or something like that, but I was able to do more episodes than what it's saying right here. So that's good. In case you want to pick up one of the, I would recommend plan 3 if you're going to use this software heavily, because you'll get the 500 minutes per month. Okay. So pretty cool stuff. And then we're going to be looking at Magic Bookifier. We're still waiting for a couple of their updates come through over here. And we look at their roadmap. This is a really unique software as well. I like both softwares, but they are in progress. Long form writer, 10K to 20K word books in 1 click. That is insane. They've already added all these other things over here. And then the one that I'm really looking forward to, so I can compare a few different softwares that I found that do a pretty good job with this, which is the videos that I create. They're live off the cuff. I don't, script my YouTube videos like most YouTubers. And so I'm going to have more of those ums and ahs and and when I'm pausing in thought and so forth, I really don't know what I'm going to say next sometimes, right? And so it's a lot more live, and I need to be able to take the audio from this video and create it into a formalized, nicely structured blog post. And I found a couple of different solutions. I'll be putting in a video together as well to see which, and then you guys can actually be the judge on which one it does the best. I'm having a hard time finding one that will create a nice 1,500 word blog post that's specifically from the audio that it reads, right? So I'm hoping that that is what Magic Bookifier is going to come up with. So let's jump into them. So we have Castmagic. I already added 3 right here. And if we go over to the billing section, you can see that I have 130 of my 200 minutes on my hobby plan remaining. So it really looks like it's just giving us, it's just going to let us upload as many videos as you want. And it's just really going to keep track of your minutes right there. Okay. Episodes. So let's go with the WordCraft one, right? So I'm going to go click on this, and I'm actually going to go up here. I like that you're able to come up here and push the download button. This should be downloading the, it's downloading the MP3 audio file, but that is way too big, and that's not going to be able to be uploaded right here, which is a max size of 20 megabytes. So let me see if I can compress this down. I just don't know if we're going to be able to compress it that much. MP4 to MP3. So that's the problem that I'm facing right now, is that it actually downloaded the entire video, and obviously I thought it would download the audio, since that's what is playing inside of Castmagic. You're looking at an audio bar here. I thought that that's what it would download, but that's actually not what it's doing. It's downloading the entire MP4. So I'm going to convert this to MP3, and let's go and convert. I bet you we're going to get an error because it's too big of a file. Once it uploads, we're probably going to get an error that it's too big. Okay, looks like it's going to let us download it. That is crazy. So we're at 36 megabytes. Okay, so then we're going to go back over here and do a compression of this. Sorry, I could have had this done ahead of time, but this also shows you what you're going to have to deal with using these softwares. Is that you're probably going to have to do some file downloading, some file compressing, and so forth. All right, we added the file. We're going to compress it. A 36 megabyte file, we need it to be lower than 20 megabytes. Okay, we're downloading it. And all right, so we've got our 10 megabyte file, and we're adding that over here to Magic Bookifier. And once we do that, we'll have a title over here. We'll click this button here, upload audio, feeling lucky, upload audio and create book. This time I want to click just upload audio and see what happens. File uploaded successfully. And I think it's going to go ahead and just transcribe it anyways. So we'll come back to that in just a minute. We'll come back over here. And since we already did WordCraft, Castmagic yesterday, you can go and check that video out for the steps that it takes to get to this point. Very, very easy. You just grab a video. You can add a YouTube video. So if we come up here, you can literally just go to new podcast and you can title it, and you can actually come up here and just upload a file or copy and paste a YouTube URL, and then it will create all your files for you. So we'll go back into it in this episode, and you're going to get the transcript came out really nicely, and it transcribes the entire video, which is, this one was 3,750 words. So almost 4,000 words into this audio. It automatically gets rid of ums and ahs and things like that. It really cleans up the text really, really well. There isn't a way that it will spit out like a blog post, if you will, that's formatted. And that's the only thing that Castmagic is missing for me. It's missing that feature. So I would still need to take this and download the text and go and probably spend 10 minutes adding in headings and doing some more cleanup. So it's not a 100% solution that I'm looking for, but it is a full transcriber. And then what makes this really cool is that you can go into the AI content over here in Castmagic. It's going to give you a bunch of different titles. You could use these for, if you're going to post this as a blog post or whatever you want to do, YouTube videos. It's going to give you a bunch of keywords that it's going to pull from the audio, right? And it's going to put those keywords in there. You could use these in a YouTube video or anything like that. It's going to give you a nice introduction. So you could use this introduction right here. I don't know how I feel about, on this episode, Learn Wire, we deep dive, in this episode, I mean, it was a YouTube video. So in this review, maybe you would just change episode into review or something like that. It would be very easy to copy or to replace those. But it does a nice introduction right there. So you can actually use this and copy, let's say we could copy this, and we could go into a Google Doc for fun, right? In Castmagic, we could go into a Google Doc, and we could just go and let's go back up here to titles, unlocking long form power. Let's just say we use this title right here. So you just grab the title, we would come over here and we'd paste that, and we would make this the title. And then we would come back over here and we would go back into Castmagic, and then we would grab the copy. We would copy the introduction and we'd paste that in right there. And then of course get rid of like quotes. And then we could come in here and go back. And then if you're going to, you could actually, what I really like doing, and I did this to one of these videos, I actually copied this and then went and just pasted it the way that it is. And these actually do work for YouTube. So, someone was saying that the timestamps don't work for YouTube, but they actually do, because I tested it out. So you can just copy this, and I think that they should narrow it down a little bit more and try to come up with like 3 or 4 words that really, like maybe just say keyword research in WordCraft or something like that, to make it more like chapter titles and not just like these big sentences. That would be really cool, even to have the option to have the long form like this, or to have it kind of short form. But you can get automatic timestamps right here that will match up, and you can go put those back into your YouTube video, which is super, super cool. Then you have these questions and answers. So we could come over here and we could just say FAQ, and then we could paste this in right over here. And then this one would also be like an H2. And then each one of these, maybe you would make that right there an H3. So you would still need to come in here, and this is what I want something that's more automatic, right? And this is not quite automatic. We'd still need to come in here and spend time making these into H3s, and this would take some time, right? But you would have right here, we'd have our FAQ, so you could use those, which is super cool. Then we could come in here and your key topics and bullet points. And then you have a newsletter that you can email out. So it's really doing some things that, and then you have your tweets right here. So this software, Castmagic, is really doing things that I haven't seen in any other software as far as how to repurpose. It's very, very good at repurposing in a text-based thing. I think that they need to do a better job at creating a blog post, and that would really put the cherry on top on the Castmagic, and this one would be just amazing. For my use case anyways. Magic Chat, you could actually go and write a blog post for this episode right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and just see what it's going to come up with and push enter. But I'm finding that it's only doing about 300 or 400 words right here. So this is kind of how I would use this right now. It is going to take the audio transcript or the transcription that it transcribed from the MP4, and it's going to create a blog post based on that. So this is probably as good as we're going to get, which is pretty good. Yesterday's video, it took about 20 seconds. I think this is a little bit longer video. So it's going to take us a little bit more time. We'll come back to that. I also want to go and open up one more over here. We'll title this one Castmagic example or test. And then this one will be Magic Bookifier example. And it still looks like it's processing. Okay, so it's done processing over there. So we've got our blog post right here. So this one actually seemed like it did a pretty good. It did give us that title. We could use that as well. But here is how long, word count. We've got a 460 words. That's not bad. So we would actually just copy this. And then we would come back over here, and I would probably paste this in right here. And we wouldn't want that to be, so yeah, it's not formatted. And I'm wondering how we could get this to be formatted. It is not formatted, so let me see if I can copy it a little bit different way. Yeah, so you're still gonna have to come in here and do a little bit of formatting like this. Probably add in some more like headings or H2s. So that's the part, is that it's just missing that automatically adding in some H2s and H3s. But right over here, just highlight that, or just go to Tools, Word Count. So we do have almost 1,000 words. We could get away with using this as a blog post, which is cool. You could take this also right here and go and have, create a conclusion. So like maybe we can come in here and do one more thing and say, now write a conclusion paragraph. So let's see if it goes and writes our conclusion paragraph. So this is pretty cool. For this specific use case right here, because the AI for each episode is going to be specifically trained with this back content. When you push generate over here, it is only using the trained content input from the WordCraft AI review video, right? And so that's why, in conclusion, this episode of the podcast discovered various aspects of writing and content creation using different tools and software, from discussing the challenges of formatting content to the benefits of using templates and prompt packs. The podcast highlights various features of the WordCraft tool. And notice it's spelled WordCraft correctly, and that is really cool that it's spelling a strange word correctly, and I'll show you how it's doing that. So I'm going to copy that. We'd go back over here, and I would put in right here, I would say conclusion, and we would make this an H2 as well. And then I'd push return and paste that in and make that normal text and not italicized. All right. And then we would probably, make this not so much text, break the text up, very important. So then now we are looking at 1,100 words. So I'm really liking this, but you're just going to have to spend a little bit of time doing this, but this is pretty darn good. The ums and ahs and all that is out, so has automatically been taken out. The transcription is really, really good. So Overall, I think that this is really, really good. See, we're not using the actual transcription, just copying the transcription and then pasting it in. And I think that that's what people are doing, but I don't think that's going to get you the best results because it's not as readable, right? When you're reading text like I'm speaking right now, it's not as fun to read when you know that it was literally just audio that was pasted in. And so this is more script based, more professionally written, and this is the steps that you would want to take. So really cool there. Let's go to the Magic Bookifier and open up this one right over here. And we have the book that it created. We have the I don't know if I think this is all the transcription is right here. You can paste it in or it automatically transcribed this. I'm going to go like this and create my book right here. It's going to take 5 credits. Your transcript should be less than 7,500 words. Please try again. So this is the problem right now. So overall, unfortunately, until Magic Bookifier comes out with their long forms, right? You want to click on this. They're missing the long form, the perfect blog right there. Those two, I'm really, really waiting patiently for those to come out because I think that that's the only way that we're going to be able to judge this. But we can get an idea of how well this is going to perform by maybe we can, maybe I can just copy this and I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to paste it in right over here. And let's just say we're going to grab half of it. I don't see any punctuation, which is kind of crazy. So I'm just going to grab all this. I think it's still going to be too big. Yeah, it's still too big. So we'll just keep cutting it in half. Okay, so book added successfully. So it's going to go and create our book. We'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so but while we are waiting for WordCraft to create its book based on our YouTube video, I want to come over here and we need to keep in mind that Magic Bookifier is coming out with their blog post creation tool as well as their long form that can do 10 to 20,000 words. So I think that's really going to step up the game. And for me, it's going to be about the quality of the output and the structure that it comes up with, where I would be able to actually grade the two. When it comes to just the sheer looking at the length of what each one can handle, I think Castmagic wins for sure on that right now. But like I said, Magic Bookifier is going to be coming out with that very soon. But another cool thing that you can do is you can create a book in here, right? So you can actually do it a couple different ways. You can actually have the book create that way, or you can go Magic ebook writer right here. So for example, we could come in here and let's do that. Wildlife of New Mexico, the state that I live in. That would actually be pretty cool. And then I'm going to click that and create my book. And for only 3 credits, it's going to go and create a book for us. So that is what's going to be really cool because then it's going to be able to create 10,000 to 20,000 word books. I don't know if we'll be able to choose how much, what the length is, but then you can actually create an ebook business where you can actually create these books very quickly using AI. And that is where Magic Bookifier is going to win and shine when it comes to creating ebooks quickly. And so forth. So it's really hard to grade the two. I'll be back in just a second. So it's pretty fast. WordCraft AI, it only took about maybe 5 to 8 minutes to do this part right here, WordCraft AI review. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And this is what it is coming up with right now. So the word count is 3,008. So it did create a 3,000 word ebook, or we could use this as a blog post. You could select the pages right here as well, but you have an introduction. So you would maybe want to get rid of chapter. You could paste this in and get rid of the things that say chapter. I would like for them to, they're not really going to need to give us the options because they are going to have that blog post creation tool very soon for us. But welcome to WordCraft AI, and they got WordCraft, so right over here, they got C right there. So we'd actually need to bring this in and do some corrections to it as well. But welcome to the WordCraft AI review, long form content made easy. In this book, we will be exploring the world of WordCraft AI, an innovative tool designed to help business create engaging. So you would definitely need to do editing. And come through here, and you can just do, replace all, fix the spelling and so forth. So that's something I really like about Castmagic, and it would be cool if Magic Bookifier would add that in as well, is that I was telling you earlier, so you could come in here and you can go into settings and notice right here I put Copify, ZimWriter, ChatGPT, and LearnWire, and so they know how to spell. I didn't put that in here as well. Word craft. You add keywords in here and it will help the system spell things correctly. So that's really cool. So you'll have to do some spelling fixing, but really probably just spelling fixing and not actually grammatical errors, because one of the key features of WordCraft is its smart editing tools that ensure plagiarism-free, grammatically correct, and well-written content. These tools make it easier for writers to create high-quality content without having to worry about errors or inaccuracies. So it's writing really, really well for us as well. So I think that, man, it's hard to grade. This one, the fact that it came up with a 3,000 word piece of content based on the 7,000 characters that we fed it, means that this is really, really great. You could actually just create these as the H2s. So this one, is just insane. Roadmap and features as a business owner. It really goes into depth right here. So we've got basically how you could use this is as a 3,000 word blog post or ebook if you wanted to. You can add chapters in here as well. So super cool. So we're not going to add a chapter right there, but I do want to download the book. How do we download the book? You push this download button right here and you download the book here, and we get all the text. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and come back over here to Magic. Paste this in and then check this out. We've got, you would just come in here and you would make this an H2, and this would be, it's well formatted. You're going to have these long points right here, use cases and industries. So you're just going to go like this, remove that and make this an H2. And then you're going to come back up here real quick. And then you could probably put this in, you could do the corrections inside of here, or you could actually go and paste it into Grammarly as well. And this is not taking long at all. And then just make that an H2 as well. So you have 7 headings, basically. And this is how I would use this for the blog post right now. And then you would just put a title, and then you would literally have your blog post features of WordCraft right here. It's talking about NLP terms. I mean, it's accurate. Pricing and plans, it stays on point. This is almost a dream come true right here for me. And that's a 3,000 word blog post. We would want to add images and maybe split this up a little bit more, like right here, optimization. So like right here, it goes into some pricing. So like right here, now let's talk about pricing. So I would just go like this. And I would just go back up here and I would say WordCraft pricing, and then we would just make that an H2 as well. Okay. So that's what you would do. Just spend a little bit of time, break this up a little bit more, add some images, and you've got yourself a killer 3,000 word blog post. So at the end of the day, I would say that if this is what Magic Bookifier is doing, before even creating the blog post tool, which you would imagine that they're going to get good at doing this for you automatically, because they already know how to do that with chapters. I have just kind of an inkling that Magic Bookifier is going to win in the end, in my opinion, even though I absolutely think that Castmagic is awesome. I really do. And I already picked up both. I'm probably going to go all out on both of them because I want to follow both tools. I could see use cases for both. And then if you have multiple YouTube channels, you could use one for, one YouTube channel and then use the other one for the other YouTube channel. These are what the pieces of content look like after being able to create a blog post based on a YouTube video. But like I said, I like both tools. I can't recommend both tools enough. I really like both tools. This one was a very, very neck and neck. There are some brilliant things that Castmagic has that the other tool doesn't. And then it's very smart how you can actually, the AI is literally trained and you can basically spit out anything you want in here, which is super cool. So more customization options in Castmagic. But then just straight up how much content you can get out of here that is now cleaned up content that sounds really, really good. the Magic Bookifier is probably, I would just give it the slight edge when it comes to creating a blog post. But when it comes to just the functionalities and so forth, and if you're going to use this for multiple different things, for social media, to create reels and stuff, then Castmagic would win. So man, this one is kind of crazy, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it a draw at the end of the day. Both tools are very, very impressive. All right, really long video. I can't get away from creating these really long videos for you guys, but hope that this brings value, because both of these softwares are highly interesting, selling well on the platform. I picked up both and paid for both, and I'm going to follow both of these softwares and keep giving you guys updates as soon as Magic Bookifier comes out with their next tools right over here, the long form writer and the perfect blog. Then I'll for sure give you guys an update on that. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, we're having that drawing, so make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the video so you can be in the running to win this week's Copify version 2. I'll see you in the next video. I ended the video, but during the editing process, I forgot to let you guys take a peek at the Wildlife of New Mexico ebook that we created. And it created a 2,364 word miniature ebook for us in 6 chapters. Introduction to Wildlife in New Mexico. Chapter 1, we have New Mexico is a state in the southwestern United States known for its diverse wildlife species. From the deserts to the mountains and rivers in between, New Mexico offers a unique opportunity to experience a variety of wildlife in their natural habitats. In this chapter, we will provide an overview of the book and introduce readers to some of the fascinating species found in this quality right here. You can publish this on Amazon. Amazon has a filter system, and I can talk a thing or two about publishing ebooks because I actually make money monthly with ebooks as well. I haven't talked about that on the channel. You guys know I have a lot of different income streams, but I try to keep it specific to SEO and software on LearnWire. But this is reading like a professionally written book that you would have to pay a lot of money to have written, as well as this is very professional. It's going to be able to pass any kind of detection tools, or it's going to be able to pass like a manual human audit with Amazon. And so this is very impressive when it comes to creating an ebook. This is as good or better than even ChatGPT would be able to do for you. And the fact that it does this automatically for us, super cool. And it keeps referring back to the book, right? So in conclusion, New Mexico offers a unique opportunity for visitors and residents alike. However, it is essential to protect these animals and their habitats through conservation efforts so that future generations can enjoy them as well. Throughout this book, we will explore various animal populations found in New Mexico and highlight the importance of preserving them for future generations' benefit. So then it goes into the desert wildlife. As one of the driest states in the United States, New Mexico deserts regions are home to an array of unique wildlife species, and it's going into a barren wasteland right there. Rattlesnakes right here. So we're really lizards, coyotes. So we're really starting to get into the fun of the mountain wildlife right here. You've got mountain lions. It just wrote an insane book for us. I can't even imagine what this is going to do when it can create 10 to 20,000 word ebooks for us. So this one actually is extremely impressive. Magic Bookifier, if you want to actually create ebooks that are professional and that stay on point and are very smart, it knows what it's talking about the entire way. This is something that ChatGPT struggles with. This is insane, actually. So loving the Magic Bookifier. Again, I like both softwares. All right, see you in the next video.